Hello everyone. Welcome back to Devtoberfest 2023. This is week 3 of low code no code sessions. The topic for today's session is custom mashups in SAP Sales and Service Cloud using SAP Build Apps. I am very much eager to hear more on this topic from our speaker Vinay Prasad from SAP. Attendees of this session may post their questions in the chat and we can have a Q&A session at the end. Let's welcome Vinay Prasad.
Hey, hi. Hi, so this is Vinay here, and I am from C4C Product Management Platform team. Today, I'll be taking over this session, embedding mashups in SAP Sales and Service Cloud version 2. So here in the slides, you see this as a Sales and Service Cloud, but I want to highlight this is Sales and Service Cloud version 2. Using SAP Build Apps as a low-code, no-code tool. Right, so Build Apps is a like successor to AppGyver if you already know it. So the idea of this session is to design and develop low-code, no-code apps in SAP Build Apps, and then embed that as a mashup within Sales and Service Cloud version 2. So to quickly, so this is the version I was talking about, SAP Sales and Service Cloud version 2, and integration with the low-code, no-code tool, Build Apps. So just to give a high-level understanding of the Build Apps, just in case if somebody is not aware of it, this is the low-code and no-code offering from SAP, where end users can do visual programming, right? You can quickly drag and drop the components that are available and then connect those components, quickly develop some kind of reports and then test it, and then with high productivity, you can already use it in your production landscape. So the idea of this low-code, no-code is for end users or the business users, or what you call as citizen developers, right? And they have a lot of functional knowledge, and their development on the coding skills is minimal, and they can also use this visual programming tool to develop the requirements or the bespoke or the custom requirements that are there. So what we have done in the context of Sales and Service Cloud is we have pre-built integrations within Build Apps. That means all the APIs that you see within Sales and Service Cloud is available as a pre-built APIs within the Build Apps, and we can consume those APIs and then quickly develop the applications to extend Sales and Service Cloud version 2 or V2. So yeah, as I said, Build Apps is a new version or a successor to AppGyver, with which you can extend the V2 with low-code, no-code approach. Significantly reduces reduces the TCO, increases productivity, efficiency, and all that. So what are the features that are available? Yeah, obviously you can create no-code web apps, right? And then since I mentioned of end users or citizen developers or the business users, there is no separate place to land into the build apps. So within, if you log into Sales and Service Cloud V2, there we have this app switcher, which I'll demo it. So we have this app switcher, and with this app switcher, you can quickly switch to build apps within the application. No need to like separate login or anything. All that is built in. So if you have an end user within version 2, you can pretty much land into the lobby area of build apps. So that is also one feature. And then as I mentioned, there is a pre-built integration with Sales and Service Cloud V2. That means all the REST APIs and all those API that you want to consume and build applications are already available pre-built form. So you can drag and drop these REST APIs, check the data, browse the data. If it is a test system, make some data changes. All that is possible using in this pre-built integration. With Visual Cloud Functions, which is the persistency within build apps, it is also possible that to build a custom objects and then consume those custom objects within the build apps UI. For example, you want to, if it's in case of a sales and service cloud scenario, maybe you want to extend the warranty with some more details of the customer or their code. All those can be like all those custom objects can be persisted within the build apps Visual Cloud Functions, which is the custom objects. And then finally, once the app is developed, then after deploying those app, right? I'll also show how do we deploy. So we build the application, and then we consume data, and then we finally deploy these apps, and these apps will land as mashup in Sales and Service Cloud V2. And what you can go is you can go to adaptability mode, and you can embed these mashups within the Sales and Service Cloud V2. And then yeah, obviously, because this is for the business user, so rapid prototyping, because the quickly drag and drop visual loading, visual programming, visual drag and drop, all those things is there. So you could do rapid prototyping and testing. So there is a lot more features like importing and exporting projects and multiple developers working on the same project, and deploying directly from within the build apps. So all that is definitely the features of the build apps. So so this is a high level overview of build apps plus integration with the Sales and Service Cloud V2. So like just to quickly go over the value delivered, reduce time, right? Quickly develop some applications for the custom needs, extend and connect your Sales and Service Cloud with Build Apps application, with the visual design approach, eliminate complexity. There are predefined APIs, so there are predefined data sources, and then visual cloud functions for persistency. Finally, embed your apps within the Sales and Service Cloud V2. Like, so just to take you through the some demo, let me. So what you can do is you can log into Sales and Service Cloud V2 system. Right, and then you see this app switcher, which I mentioned in the previous slide. So you click on this Build Apps, and what happens is for the end user, right? When you click on this Build Apps, you come into this lobby area that you see, and here you see that all the Build Apps projects that you have developed in this lobby area. So you can see that you can either develop, you can either build a web or a mobile application with all that with visual coding, visual programming, visual drag and drop kind of a tool, or like if you want to build a backend, or where like if you want to store custom data or business logic, so all that can be done using application backend. So if you click on this, you will have to enter a project name and some description, and then you can see something like this. So this is where you could store data or persist data, right? So this is all custom objects. So we have created, you can create new, provide entity name, and then description, entity ID. So once you are done with that, you will see this kind of entities. So you can like extend, or if you want to browse the data within this, you can import data, you can create a new record. So this is all your custom entities that we mentioned. So you can create new functions out of this. Deployment is right from here. So this is Visual Cloud Functions, where the custom entities can be, or the custom data can be stored, right? And these things can be consumed within the within the web application. So the way to create that a web application is like go to build an application and then click on web and mobile application. So when you give this project name and then description, so you will create this kind of a project where you will see so this kind of a canvas, right? And from here you can drag and drop whatever components that is needed. If you need a button, input field, all that, search bar, so all that can be dragged and drop here, like with quick visual, drag and drop and visual kind of programming. And then if you want to establish the relationship between these UI components, you can also establish logic here. What should happen when there is an update data? So all that delaying and filtering, all that logic can be added here. And also, like if you want to add some small JavaScript, that can also be done in the in this add logic area. So this is where all the UI components, and this is where you add logic. And this is there are like formulas to quickly convert data into human readable forms from the database. All this can be done here. And once we are like developed this kind of an application, then we can quickly save this. What we need to do is we go to the auth and then establish BTP authentication, because this build apps is subscribed on top of BTP. So we choose this BTP authentication, and then if you go to the data, here you see all the pre-built integration that I was mentioning. So here you can see you can consume the Visual Cloud functions from the backend. That if you remember, we had this service order in the Visual Cloud function. You can consume this data from here, or you can also consume the pre-built APIs, right? So this is what I was mentioning about the pre-built APIs. So if you see here, these are all the APIs that are pre-built with the Sales and Service Cloud. So if you want to, for example, search for a case API, you can search for a case API, right? So you get all the capabilities of the case API. You can also browse the data here, right? And then for testing purpose, you can also, like, this is all coming from Sales and Service Cloud V2. So you can see all the data for a quick preview. And then if you want to create a new record, right, you can also, for quick testing purpose, you can create new record and then consume these data entities within your Build Apps application. So if you go to data variables, so you can see all the APIs or all the data variables that you have created there. So from here you can consume all the API data and then build the application. And then navigation is in case if you want to establish the connection between multiple pages. So Fiori theming is already available that you can see. You can mix and match and arrange or adjust according to your own situations. Like there will be like some pre-delivered themes, but as of now, the Fiori theme is already there, and then that can be adjusted according to the needs, right? So once this kind of application is developed, so this is what I was mentioning. You can go to launch. You can preview the application just so that you are like satisfied with whatever you have developed, and then it is looking exactly as you have intended. So you can take a quick preview of your app, and then once preview is done, you can go to your build service, and then this is what I was referring to. You can quickly configure your build apps and say next. You can provide images if you want, and then plugins, right? And then you can click on build. So you can choose the file type, you can choose the latest version, and then you click on build. So once you click on build, it typically takes like 10-15 minutes to build. And then once the build is successful, you will see a deploy button also here. And then what happens is when you deploy, when you click on deploy, then you will see your application, the application that you have developed here within the Service Cloud V2 or the Sales Cloud V2. So where do you see? So if you go to profile, settings and choose mashup authoring, right? So here, once you deployed from the build apps, right? Here you will see your mashup, your app in the mashup, and what you can actually search for it, and then see some preview if you want. So you can like quickly see the preview of your app here. Right, you can show something. Okay, basically you can like see the preview app of your app here, and then once you are like satisfied with the with your mashup, then what you can do is maybe I'll show something where the preview is available. Let me see. Okay, it's okay. I think there is some problem with the preview. So once you see the preview, then what you can do is you can go to your application, and for example, in this case, and then you can like go to start adaptation, and then you can close this. Yeah, you can go to like start adaptation, and then add tab, for example, something like maybe maybe like anything, just a trial, for example, right? Apply. So you here you see, oops, I think I closed it. Let me add it again. I think it's the, so here you will see a new tab, and then if you go to new tab, yeah. So this is just to give an idea, like so. Here you can add the mashup that you have created, if you remember in the build apps. So you can say like this one, add the mashup, and then you can embed your mashup here, and then once you close it, you will see the mashup that you have created in the from the build apps, right? Because that is deployed within the mashup. The one example is this one. You see that the service order. So this is a mashup that is developed in build apps, and then this is embedded within the within the, so this is a mashup, for example. So this, so Bing as a mashup, we have introduced within the case application. And then these kind of mashups can be deployed with or embedded within the Sales and Service Cloud V2 application. So like just to, this is the end-to-end flow, and then just to summarize what we covered is like we started off with we logged into Service Cloud V2 or Sales Cloud V2, and then we accessed Build Apps within the application, right? We clicked on this Build Apps, and then we went into this lobby area. And then we saw like creating either a web application or a persistency with the application backend. And then we designed this kind of an application, right? We consumed data from multiple backends, from Visual Cloud Functions or through APIs within Sales and Service Cloud version using data. And then we enabled BTP authentications from here. And then we went to launch. We saw the preview of our application. And then here we came and deployed our application. So once we deployed, then we saw this application getting deployed within the mashups. And then we opened a case application. And then within the case application, we created a new tab and then embedded our mashup that we designed from the Build Apps. Yeah, so these are, this is the end-to-end flow of what is available currently with the Sales and Service Cloud version 2 integration with the SAP Build Apps. So if there are any questions, maybe we can take some questions.
Yeah, thank you for the session, Vinay. So I have a question, like, how did you get this app switcher into this portal, Sales Cloud portal? Does the portal automatically come with it? You have to configure it?
So this is the standard feature, right?
Okay.
But it doesn't automatically come, in the sense that if there is an integration with the Build Apps, so in future, you only see one tile at the moment, Build Apps. In future, you will see, for example, Qualtrics, and you will also see SAC, SAP Analytical Cloud. So if any of this is configured, then this switcher will automatically appear, and then that corresponding application will be displayed. If there are nothing configured, you will not see this app switcher.
Okay. And it will be available to all users of this portal, right?
It will be available to all end users of the Service Cloud version 2 customers, and they can access it actually.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's all I had. Again, thank you for this session, Vinay. It was a wonderful session. I have an important note for the attendees of this session. You may please note that in order to earn points for today's session, you may want to complete a tutorial for the session. A link to the tutorial is in the chat as well as in the description below. Thank you all for joining, and I hope to see you in the next build session.